Appreciate you joining me on my little pop-up. Even though Thursday is typically a day that I do stream, I really was not feeling good today. Yeah, you as well, Alice. I appreciate you. And hashtag same, I guess. But I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night and appreciate you popping in. Aloha. What's up, Big Island Angler? How you doing tonight, fam? How are you doing tonight? Appreciate you popping in. It's gonna be a little bit of a different stream. I am living. That is what I will say in that response, and of course I do always like to be grateful, because you know they say every day above ground is a good day, and I'm not disagreeing. But I do know that some days really bust out the test for us as human beings, and today was one of those days. What's up, Red? How are you doing, man? It's good to see you. Well, that was lucky. And that should be that. Just wanted the added challenge of one-handed. Just wanted that added challenge of one-handed. I appreciate you guys popping in. Best time with the cube? That's a great question. My best time with the Rubik's Cube is 1 minute 14 seconds. My average time, because you do get lucky sometimes with some solves. That was a lucky solve. My average time is about 1.5 minutes. And I'm trying to do different methods now, because I do know that some say it takes effort to turn the cube. So if you're fixing something, you turn the cube, that takes time. So I'm really trying to start my cross and then hold it on the blue side and solve it completely from the blue side, to see if I can cut down some of my average time. But for the main cross, I'd be turning all day. There, this one here. Let's go up. Just like that. That's right. Yeah, I do need to, if I ever want to compete, you do have to have a minute, a time better than 1 minute. So I do need to average a little bit better if I ever do want to compete one day. But yeah, I'm happy with it, considering I set out to learn how to do it, and now I don't know how not to do it. And that. Let's go around, don't got no others. Oh, that's my bottom. Let's go here. Like that. Do it this way. This one over here. Like that. And this one over here. Like that. 14 seconds, yeah. Yihang Wang is, he's got about 4 seconds there, Red, so yeah, that's the world champion. What's up, Matt Gooch? I guess you could say that, Matt, and I guess I can get into a little bit of story time. I almost didn't have this stream tonight, and it felt weird not to, but I just had a day. And all day I was thinking about this stream right here, and I was thinking to myself, I said, self, it's okay to take a day off if you're not feeling it. Like if you're not feeling it and just want to spend time with you tonight, then you can do that. And I was sitting here and work ran a little long, and then out of nowhere, this loud cracking thunder, Ernie, came out of nowhere. It pretty much like blipped my electricity and my internet, and I was just thinking like, it's probably a sign. I probably should just spend tonight with me. And then the weirdest feeling happened, because as much as I wanted time to myself, I didn't want to be alone. And so it's very easy to hop onto a live stream and hang out with some of the people I love hanging out with and see how your guys' day went. So this is going to be a little bit different of a stream. I'm going to read a few poems. My favorites are in there. I don't expect to be going for very long tonight, but really I just didn't want to be by myself, and wanted to come in and keep my consistency and do a quick live stream. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Jesse, it's really good to see you. I hope you have a good night. And yes, we'll try to have a little bit of fun. I don't know how much we'll get into. I do have some cards put to the side for some art so that we can look through it. I do have some mail from the amazing Radio Hobbies, who formerly known as Radiohead. He painted me something. It did arrive in the mail. I did unveil it on Monday during the reading stream. However, I wanted to give you all a little bit of a closer up. So this is the mail that I received from Radio Hobbies. And of course it is my boy Mimikyu, and clearly he is attacking something, so I just think that that's stellar. And then we actually have the whole Ghastly line in here as well, with little Ghastly by this haunted tree. We do have little faces all around. We have Gengar down here. And we have Haunter on this corner. So this was just done very, very well. Radio, really appreciate it. I do have a spot for this, and it has kind of now sits right over my right shoulder, so you will be able to see it right there throughout every stream. What's up, Darker Bunnies? I hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. We're just looking at the art that I received from Radio Hobbies in the mail last week. The thunder is getting louder, so I will just say that out loud now. If the stream suddenly stops, it's probably because my power went out. It is lightning like crazy over here. Fire, right? This is just incredible. So the spot that I have dubbed for this is right here. And that is where it's going to sit. And when and if radio does happen to pull up, we'll grab it and pull it out. But today had me kind of thinking a whole lot about a poem that I read a few times now, but I wanted to start with that today, because if anybody is maybe feeling the same way that I felt today, or have felt this way in some sense, it is just a brilliant reminder to don't quit. And so I pulled 3 random poems, and I'm probably going to read through those 3 random poems. One is one I read a lot, but I found a different way of reading it, and I want to give it a try. And yeah, so it's going to be a little bit different. I did pull this out also. I don't know really if we are going to be getting into it, but I did have this that was gifted to me some time ago, and of course I have very little room for more Lego sets, and Minecraft is kind of my jam. But I did get this from my nephews, and so I figured that if time permits, and depending on how the first couple hours go here, if we're feeling up to it, it's about 364 pieces, so this will take about an hour. So if I am feeling up to it, we'll absolutely get into it. But if not, we're definitely doing this on Saturday. So, hope you all are ready for that. It's raining hard. If I can hear it from here, it means that, yeah. In fact, it was quite sudden, Ernie, because it was completely, like, it was windy, and then I came inside, I set things up, I went back outside, and it was just pouring rain, thundering everywhere. You can see little lightning bursts all on the horizon. So yeah, I got bad pretty quick. But I anticipate within the next hour I'll go out there and it'll be like it never happened. But this is Don't Quit by Edgar Guest. You know what, we'll leave the music on. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns. And many a fellow turns about when he might have won, had he stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to faint and faltering man. Often the struggler is given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late, when the night came down, how close he was to the golden crown. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And when you never can tell how close you are, it may be near, but it seems afar. So stick to the fight when you're hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. Oh, you hear my fan? That fan gets super loud. You might have heard my air conditioner not too long ago, though. Heard my air conditioner not too long ago. Let's see here. So yeah, really I just wanted to just come on live for a little bit and hang out with y'all. I don't really have too much to get into today, but as always we're gonna go back a little bit. And I know that we recently uncovered a little secret about the artist known as Saya Saruda, and that is that they hide little Pokeballs within all of their artwork. And I know that we said it, and I know a few of you went looking, but if we can find any today, I thought it would be kind of fun to show you. That was all thanks to Miss Caradox Rift, who I hope is having a good night. I'm currently looking through, I don't even know, is this Breakpoint? Breakthrough? Yeah, it's gotta be. A lot of Asako Ito and Forbidden Light. What is everybody's favorite set? Do you have a favorite set that you like to collect? Of course, I know, Matt, you're quite the master setter, so is there a favorite set that you like to complete? As I look for Saya Saruda. And as well as I might be scoping out and seeing if there's any artists that I happen to miss from way back when. Like Iriomaki. That's a new name. We might have to research them. Suwama Chukoi. Chayaki. That's a pretty new name. Ryutsaka Nishida. Always a legend. Inosuke Sao. Wow, it's just like everything else. Whenever you need one, you can never find it. But when you're not looking, they're everywhere. Ha. There we go. There we go. So, here. Nice little Ponyta. This is by Sayasaruda. As a newborn, it can barely stand. However, through galloping, its legs are made tougher and faster. Well, that doesn't sound like a newborn horse. Typically, they're up and running around. Now, it said that there should be a Pokeball hidden somewhere within their art. Let's try and find it, shall we? I'm certain that it was this artist. And now I don't see what I'm looking for. Could we have found the one card that he didn't? Of course, I got words and text over my picture. Yep, I don't see a Pokeball in here at all. Which is odd. But we'll keep looking, because I guarantee it. I swear there wasn't one I couldn't find one in. Ah, scared me. Alright. See it over here? See that little rock? See how it's shaped like a little Pokeball? That's the hunting game that Sayasaruda has put me on. What's up, Hungry Hollow? Hope you're doing well tonight, fam. So, just like that. Those little itty bitty Pokeballs. And I am taking all of next week off of work once more. I'm starting to burn through some of this paid time off that I have. So, I might be streaming a little bit more next week. But I'm also going to be bringing through a lot more content because I will be at home this time. And so I'll be around all of my things. I'm going to have to remember that one. How are you doing this fine Thursday indeed? Indeed. Start pulling them all out because these are some pretty cool arts. I guess I could tackle 5-band graphics. I haven't really been touching them as far as artist appreciation goes because I'm not sure who to appreciate, as they are a team of illustrators. But there's enough cards to go around, I can tell you that. JB! Laurie, how are you? It's good to see you, boo. What's up, JB? How you doing, brother? Ooh, Shigenori Nagishi. This might be one. This might be one to look into. Look at that. Tell me that's not like the most appealing looking Sableye that you've ever seen. Looks like he's in our backyard, Ernie. Yeah, that's super cool. Darkness Pokemon. Hides in the darkness of caves. Its diet of gems has transformed its eyes into gemstones. Trust me, man, I've had a rough week also. It's almost done. We're almost there. Remember, it's when things seem toughest that we must not quit. But we're almost to the end of the week, and I was this close to not coming live tonight because I just felt like I might have needed a night off, but then I realized I didn't want to be by myself, and you guys are the ones that help me feel like I'm most around people. I might have to look into that artist. Shigenori Nagishi. Twist Beach. Kanakuyu. Midori Harada. But I hope you're doing well, JB, and if there's anything that I can do for you, fam, just let me know. As always, if I got it, you got it. Yeah, there we go. I know that I'll have a fan of this in here. Still saying, man, I haven't been around much lately all week. Thought I'd pop in to see if you were going. Oh, yeah, no, I appreciate that, and I almost didn't. And it probably won't be a long one, and I normally say that and go for 3 hours. But honestly, I probably could use a little bit of sleep myself. I haven't been sleeping too well this week, and I want to make sure that I can bring it this weekend with y'all and hang around and party it up, so to speak. Man, there was really nothing. Ernie saying hi to everybody. Let's see what's in here. You know, I'd have to say that out of the Scarlet and Violet era, I think that Shrouded Fable's probably the set I'm closest to mastering at this point. Ayakosube. But how was everybody else's day? Anybody do anything fun? Did you get everything you set out to get? Yunishida. Sirena. Always so great. We are on the hunt. I thought it might be fun because I noticed that the artist, Saya Saruda, has this very unique signature of theirs. There's another one. This one's a little bit easier to spot, but find the Pokeball hidden in the picture. Pond Skater Pokemon. So this one's a little bit more obvious than not. Binder going for 151 Master. On my way to complete it. To come up with new cards, I slowly build. That's how I am, especially with 151. Because that's like one of those lifetime sets you could spend a lifetime building. This is from Obsidian Flames, of course. But this little imprint in the grass there. There's the Pokeball. Number 6 in the set. Yeah, OBF, I would say got a good chunk, but I'm still missing a lot of the base set of Obsidian Flames. I did go through and once upon a forever ago, Kideo Game was trying to master set Obsidian Flame, and of course I've opened more Obsidian Flame than most other sets, so I have quite the collection of reverse hollows. Alright, find the Pokeball. So I did go through and I did break up some of my set to help him complete his. Not to say that it took anything from me, because I'm much farther than he was. This one's a little bit trickier, but it's there. Bunch extra, I will for sure. It's quite the list, but I'll send it through, man. Yeah, I will absolutely send it through. So if we do look over here, you'll notice one of those rocks is in fact a Pokeball. Burnt charcoal came to life and became a Pokemon. Possessing a fiery fighting spirit, Charcadet will battle even tough opponents. Little Spitfire. Kiramitsu. That's probably a name to remember. The funniest little belly bolt. Oh yeah, man, that I do have to give credit to Caradox Rift for that. This isn't Sayasaruda. This is Tashina Aoki. But I wanted to say that, one, this is the greatest picture of Belly Bolt that I have seen. Two, I think I have this one signed by PokéGirl Jessie, which is cool. But I wanted to ruin Belly Bolt for everybody because I can't unsee it, so I'm going to help you not unsee it. His eyes aren't on the side of his head. Those are actually his nostrils. This yellow pieces here, that's his face, his eyes and mouth. But this is one of the best pictures to kind of show that. And now that you know that, it is really difficult to unsee it. Mishins, how you doing, fam? It's good to see you. For whatever god-awful reason, this one card wasn't in the sleeve. Well... Sorry, JB. Like the one on the left, yeah, that's my favorite Belly Bolt art. But I was just saying, Mishins, if you missed it, these yellow parts here, this is his face, and these parts are actually his nostrils. But yeah, I like the one where he's, it looks like he's probably doing his ability Insulator. But yeah, I thought those were kind of a neat fact. But what we're doing is looking for Sayasaruda artwork through just some random binders I have. Because we uncovered last week that every Sayasaruda art, save for a few cards, such as Baby Shinies, actually have a hidden Pokeball somewhere in the artwork. And so we're finding the ones we can, and we're finding the Pokeballs. I had a very draining day, and very transparently, I do need sleep. But I just wanted to come live for a little bit. It is Thursday. I missed y'all. I didn't want to be by myself, so I couldn't think of a better group of people to be hanging out with. You know, I think I might do Pani Kobayashi, because Pani Kobayashi has been popping up just randomly. Look at that. Like, look at the stylistic approach to the sky, leaving those brushstrokes visible. Hey, Adam Jones, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Mission's in the house. Number 194. After losing a territorial struggle, Wooper began living on land. The Pokemon changed over time, developing a poisonous film to protect its body. Me and the wife always say your name randomly throughout the week. Oh, my gooch, yeah. Tani Kobayashi. That's another name I'll remember. I'm getting some kind of a cue going up in my head, I guess you could say, of all of the artists that I plan to feature here coming up. Come on, Saya Saruda. Where are you? Huh. Okay, that was scary. I did get your DM on Discord, man. I appreciate that. I think I reacted to it. Work's been a little needy, I guess you could say. But yes, I did get your DM, man. Alright, Saya Saruda. Find the Pokeball. Good old Varoom, one of the silliest Pokemon in my opinion. It is said that this Pokemon was born when an unknown poison Pokemon entered and inspirated an engine left at a scrap processing factory. I think it meant inspirited. Getting some last minute things ready for Collect Fest Sydney tomorrow. Gonna be a blast. That's gonna be a blast indeed, Adam. I hope you have a blast of a time. Emmanuel, how are you doing, man? It's good to see you. Alright, so the Pokeball, if you look once again to the right, you'll see that one of those rocks is in fact a Pokeball. Oh, El Phantasma Poke. That was so funny. That was so funny. Ian with Ian was opening some Spanish cards, and he was really going in on the Spanish. It was pretty funny. 55. Oh, this is steel. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I always get the steel and the colorless confused at a quick glance. Are you gonna bless us with one more? Or are we going into yet another binder? Another binder it is. But can I just say how fire this page is? That's probably the entirety of my awesomeness of Obsidian Flames, is right there. This time tomorrow I'll be working some videos at Collect Fest and hoping getting close to completing Platinum Arceus while I'm there. That's right, and I wish you the best of luck, man. I really hope that you find some. There's all my autographs. I should be popping some of y'all in there right now. But let's look through some promos. Hey EDF, how's it going? It's good to see you, brother. How's your day going? Everything treating you alright? This is going to be just a very small, little bit of an odd stream. I wasn't feeling so great. And then it was just a rough day, one of those beat-em-up days, and I just didn't want to be alone, so I decided to come live for a minute. And then I remembered that we discovered that Saya Saruda, save for like baby shinies and whatnot, every single one of their artworks contains a little Pokeball in it, hidden somewhere. And I've been having the funnest time trying to find them all. But no promos did me do. Love that Clef Alright. It's been decent, I will say. It's not terrible. I'm still breathing. I'm still moving forward, and I'm not giving up quite yet. So yeah, everything is good. And I do have some time off coming soon. So, gonna have some nice time to get acquainted with me. But I saw a couple shout outs, so I'll go ahead and show them off here. Of course, we all have the CA Narahara, and the whole pocket thing. So that one kind of got me, but you can't deny that their artwork is some of the best artwork out there when it's their artwork that they are drawing. Plus, Ninetales always fascinated me because their description always reads, "Very smart and very vengeful. Grabbing one of its many tails could result in a 1,000-year curse." So we often ask here of what's the curse? Is it one curse per tail, or is it a different curse per every tail? Is it one curse per every tail? If you pull all 9, do you get 9,000 years? I agree. I agree 100%. CA Narahara. I was shocked when... I will say that I pulled all of these. Except for the Absol full art. That was a gift from Pokégirl Jessie and Maddie G. And then, of course, we have the Hyoganosuke Cleffa. Oops, I might be cursed for 9,000 years because I hug all 9 tails. And that's the other thing, too. Did anybody else notice that Ninetales isn't spelled T-A-I-L? So this is Ninetales, like telling a story tale? It's that you get turned into Ninetales. Get out of here. The artist for the Cleffa is Hyoganosuke. Hyoganosuke. And of course, I know he's not the favoritist Pokemon. I personally don't have him anywhere near my favorites. But this Reveroom by Shinichiro Gunjima is probably one of the most striking SARs from the set. Oh, Vampire Syndrome then, huh? Indeed, turned into a Ninetales. So, that begs to question, who's the first Ninetales? Perhaps. It didn't say that it had to be a man. Could be a woman tail, right? Vulpix. Oh, that, yeah. Okay, I see where this is going. And then I'll bust out some of my favorite arts from Shrouded Fable also. You got your Fracture. Hanging out with the Axew playing in the back. And this was done by Minami Taki. Or Take. Fracture uses thick tusks to neatly cut prey into 2 portions. One to eat now and one to save for later. Aha. No, this is from Shrouded Fable. Yep, this is one from Shrouded Fable. The Vulpix is from Mega. But yeah, that's Shrouded. In fact, these next few cards are all going to be Shrouded Fable. Got the beautiful Cresselia by Satoma. There is, you're not wrong, but he's just kind of standing there on the side of a mountain looking over. there's not really a background or the waterfall. But yes, you are right, there is one in black and white. This is so beautiful. And easily, the depictions of Cresselia have easily made it one of my favorite legendaries. Channel tomorrow as well, going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, best of luck, Adam, and feel free to post anything in the Discord. In Black White Fracture, yeah. Yes, I love that too. Especially here, because I mean, I know that there's only one way it prints in the printer, but even this, if they just had the hollows going the other way, the way that he was looking, I think it would balance the card that much better. But at the same time, it looks like that light's coming right through the water behind him, so absolutely gorgeous. This was done by Shinya Komatsu. Have a great rest of your day, Mishins. I appreciate you popping in for a second, brother. Horsey makes its home in oceans with gentle currents. If this Pokemon is under attack, it spits out pitch black ink and escapes. I don't know if seahorses do that. Pictures in the Discord and trying to edit videos that they're going to upload them when they're ready. Yeah, definitely. Are you just going for the one day, Adam, or is it a multiple day thing? Of course, we have James Turner's Duskull line. Duskull's victims suffer an intense chill as this Pokemon siphons their life force away, glaring at them with his bright red eye all the while. Oh yeah, it's nice. That's nice. That's real nice. The Dusclops getting a little bit closer to you, looking at you from the front yard now. Dusclops' true form is said to be a bright red eye burning within its body, but no one has ever seen such thing. The Zora is enshrouded. You're absolutely right, Emmanuel. And I know that you're quite the Rend fan. And that is a Rend. Honestly, I don't have it in English. I do have it in Japanese, however. I don't know if it's out here, but I do have it. One day, mainly because I bought the tickets and I thought I would be working Sunday, but it's also a nightmare getting home from Sydney on a Sunday. Oh, yeah. Well, I hope the travel goes well, and I hope that one day kind of gives you enough time to get around and look for the things that you want to get. Have it in Japanese as well. Excellent. Well, I think I just went through that. Let's look at Stellar Crown, shall we? Whisker. I should do one on Whisker. I'm not sure how many cards they have, but Whisker is responsible for... not that. The Persian. Whisker did the Persian from Shrouded Fable, which I also have in Japanese, thanks to Mr. Ernie, as well as Mr. Christopher Hubert Houston III also blessed me with one. And although it is one of my favorite arts, I do anticipate that I will give it away one day. Saruda. Shrouded seems to be a great set with awesome arts. It's underrated, 100%. And Mr. Skang and I, we used to joke, because we used to collect Shrouded Fable back when Shrouded Fable didn't even want to collect Shrouded Fable. But then suddenly that Persian came to light and everything blew up. in Shrouded, but Mr. Skang and I used to say, like, we thought Shrouded was cool before Shrouded was cool. So yeah, I'll hands down say that as far as like the sets in Scarlet and Violet go, I would say Shrouded Fable probably ranks up there. Top 5, if not number 1. For the art rares. Alone, not to mention just the baby arts in all these cards are just fire. Kapow, Aikasuge, Kuramori, Oser, Tomokazu Kamiya, because, you know, he just has to be the extra most bestest. Behind sets where the chase is higher value and forget the art. Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's the whole premise of why I started the channel, because there are a few people that do go through them, and I will give that up to DPM. Such a great guy, and I noticed just the other day, like, wow, he does go through every single card for everybody. And Artist got brought up in his stream, one of his streams a few months ago, and specifically Mitsuhiro Arita. And suddenly he's like, oh, Mitsuhiro Arita, yeah, great guy. Got to jet ski with him, in fact, when I was in Japan. And I was like, oh, is that all? Like, that would have been so cool to do. But I think it's just incredible that, I mean, you have to really think how old this dude is, and he's still out there jet skiing? Good for him. There you go, Emmanuel. I saw a Rand as I was going. Plus it's Lechonk. Lechonk! Yep. A few ace specs. Got the awesome reboot. Got the giant Archulodon. This was Stellar Crown. Not too many size Sarutas. Lechonky Chong. Alright. Surging Sparks. Let's go. Julie Hong. More you. Masako Tome. Might have to do it just based on this Rapska alone. Freaking Wooloo. We're gonna dub that Lori's Wooloo. Look at this Rapska. And y'all know the trick with Rapska. He's actually upside down all the time. See his little Japanese samurai mask? His big mustache. That's how I see Rapska. But Masako Tomi. Looks like it was taken right outside Sedona. Zarude being so rude. Yeah, Winter Wanderer is another one that I might do. So it's good to see so many names that I haven't done. Started to get worried I was running out of artists. But I'm only on episode 138. But I'm coming across some of those artists that only have like 2 or 3 cards, so sometimes that does happen. Alright, well this is going to be not so fun a search now, because this is like 1 card every like 10 minutes. Yep, there's another Pani Kobayashi. He looks very alert. That's what I will say about that. Companion Kobayashi. There we go. Saruda. Which this is a good one too, because this one actually took me a minute to find, and I feel a little like bad about it almost, but here we go. There's Saruda. Well, that's Smoochum, but done by Saruda, and there is a Pokeball hidden somewhere in this picture. In fact, I almost called it quits on this picture alone, because it took me so long to find it. So this, it's not on the right, it's on the left. Bro, I really appreciate you, fam. It's really good to see you. We miss you, we love you, we hope you're doing well. Understand that you're doing an incredible job right now. Things are just a little hard. So keep going, brother. I really appreciate you popping in. It's good to see you. It's been a long day as well, and work. So probably not going to be on for too long. I just wanted to pop in, say hi to all you guys. Really always cheer me up. But I know that I'm not long for this, and I'm probably going to be hitting the hay before too long. So, but yeah, this one here. This Pokeball took me so long to find that. Definitely don't feel like it, but we press on, especially our people. Hope you're doing well, good sir. Absolutely, and I guess it's really hard looking in, but understand on the outside looking in, man, you're doing an incredible job. Because I only say that because I said exactly what you said today, and I also had to be reminded that we hold ourselves to a pretty high standard, I will say. And I don't know about y'all, but I get very high stress when something is needing my attention and I can't give it that attention. So I'll make it so that I can give it that attention. And the rain came. The lights flickered, and I was like, it's a sign, I'm gonna go live for a little bit. But we're looking for Saruda. And it might be one that I'll go back, and Saruda, on top of everything else, has a very special significance to the channel. As way back in the day, when I first started doing artist appreciation, I had one fan that commented first on any of my shorts, and all it said was, "Can you please do Saruda? They're my absolute favorite artist." And it spoke to me on a PokéGhost level, seeing a little fan admire the art versus the value of the card. And just for that little fan, I went through and I did an artist I didn't know, which was Saruda. And to this day, I will always remember that. And now, with the added Easter egg that Kara was able to impart onto us, that every single art has a hidden Pokeball in it, it kind of gives that special significance that, as far as I know, no other artist has in their wheelhouse. There we go. Not the SAR you want, but the SAR nonetheless. Did get Clement's quick wit. Hidden Pokeball? Yep. Every Saya Saruda artwork has a hidden Pokeball in it somewhere. And except for their baby shinies, as far as I know, fine tooth combing it, I didn't see any in the baby shinies. Or some of the exclusive promos. And so I've kind of been fine combing every artist that I see to see if I can find that common theme or something hidden. And as far as I can tell, and it's not just starting from a certain time, like I went back to their first card, and in their first card, which was a Lotad from Heart Gold Soul Silver, there's a lily pad that looks just like a Pokeball right behind him. I am now in Paradox Rift, and we'll see if we can find one artwork so I can show it. I think it wouldn't be that hard. I should have my guide pulled up, but I don't know about anybody else if you have Cox internet, but I woke up today and everything was different. Like the name of my router was different, my password was changed. It was all still mine and nobody had access to it, but it was just kind of weird that it happened. So then proceeded to be the ever long process of transferring everything over and getting everything reconnected. I mean, it wouldn't be the same without both of you. Oh man, I appreciate you, Adam. Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. And I can't speak for bro in that statement, but what I can say is I think I know that he'd side with me in saying that we're nothing without you guys. We would be just guys sitting in front of a camera, but you make it a community. So here is a Saya Saruda artwork. It is again one of my favorite legendaries, Deoxys. Let's try and find the hidden Pokeball. This one's a little more obvious. Heavy rain, lightning, thunder at my place. Probably thunderous would have been probably. Which always upset me so much in Scarlet and Violet, because in order to catch those Pokemon, you have to attack them in severe weather, which just adds that added challenge. So, Alice, it's good to see you, fam. And yep, you got it. See it up here? Little hidden Pokeball. It's up there in the cloud, so that's typically how they will look. But I have seen some which are like giant imprints on the ground in dirt, which is kind of nice. Shout out to Pokeballer Alice, who did this beautiful story time with Kev the PokéGhost custom card for me. Yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all. Alice in Poke Wonderland is her channel. The Pokeballer Alice is kind of like her mod name. But it's really good to see you, Alice. We are hunting for hidden Pokeballs. Thought it'd be a fun little art Easter egg, and I might even do a little short outlining that, just to give everybody a chance to have a little mini Where's Waldo as they're going through the art. Annie Kobayashi did a Knackley also. You can only do so much with Knackley. Philosophy. I didn't even see you come in, man. How are you doing, brother? It is good to see you. We're just looking for a couple of cards by Saya Saruda. We uncovered a little Easter egg. And I can't believe there's not another one in Paradox Rift. Well, luckily, I also have a bunch of Crimson Haze in here. Saruda right out the gate. Alright. Yep, this is what I was kind of talking about. Here's some Saruda artwork. Find the Pokeball. On the ground, in the ground, indeed, right there. Like a brand right into the ground. Which, seeing this guy next to a bus stop and realizing how big he is, yeah, that's tough. My favorite artist? My favorite artist is Kawaii. Let me see if I can find one. Which I know I can find one. Just, I mean, in here. Yeah, there we go. So this was Kawaii. This is a baby card, but this is my favorite artist. Kawaii. Kawaii is also attached to the SAR Reshiram from White Flare. Not like they're making it easy to do a master set, but he also did a lot of chase cards, like the Lugia from Silver Tempest. That was Kawaii. Of course, I do like your classic, like Shinji Kanda and Tomokazu Kamiya. C.A. Narahara is probably on my top 5 with Sao Sao. Ooh, and Aya Kusube. That one probably takes close to number 2. But Kawaii is definitely number 1, hands down, by a large margin. So the Cherry, Soto. And just because I know I'm going to get absolutely obliterated if I don't stop on this card here, I'll just share this card while we're here. Eevee by Narumi Soto. I love Walking Wake also. I think that Gouging Fire is probably my favorite design of those 3. But Walking Wake kind of resembles one of my favorite, like, dinosaurs, which is the raptor. Alright, little Eevee. Well, the last binder I have here is actually my Japanese 151. Let's see if Saruda gave us some artwork for 151. It is number 1. Jammy, Karamahati, Yorawakai. Sao, League Tong. Kodama, Kawaii. Here's another Kawaii. Ryan Tran, how's it going? He did this beautiful Vulpix. I believe he also did the EX Ninetales from the set, because Kawaii does do EXs also. But I would like to find one by Saya Saruda. That would be nice. And I think I'm gonna go back and redo the Saya Saruda appreciation short, because I was just starting out, so all I had was maybe like 4 or 5 cards, and I've gotten really good with the digital cards now, so I might redo that just so I can send it, tag that original fan that made the request. And I'm also willing to fulfill any of your requests if you guys would like to see an artist that I haven't done yet. Good luck finding one I haven't done yet, but if there is one out there and y'all want to see it, just let me know. I do have to kind of say, if I do look and see how many cards this artist has and it's only like 2, it's really hard to do a full short with 2 cards, but I also feel really bad about saying that. Here's Saya Saruda, Licky Tongue from 151. Find the Pokeball. Alolan Vulpix is better, says Ryan Tran, and you're not wrong. I think that the design of Alolan Vulpix is really, really good. I think Alolan Ninetales looks a little too wispy fairy to not be a fairy type, which is why I think it is a fairy type in some of the earlier sets when it came out. And Lickitung with brain freeze. That's funny. So the hidden Pokeball in this one is once again in the grass. You'll see it imprinted right there. Love it. What I don't love is, well, I don't and I do, but if you remember the original 151, they didn't go in like typing order. It didn't start with all your grass type, then water, then fire. No, it was completely mixed based on dex numbers, so that's always confusing to look into your binder and see just so many colors in one page. Here's Ayakasube, called him out. This is another one of my favorite artists. He just has this weird way with darkness and making it look very, very mischievous. Even if it's just Tangela taking the last berry from a tree. Which actually reminds me of a story. Story time. Does anybody know where we get the expression sour grapes? This actually goes to one of my earliest inspirations in fairy tales, which was Aesop. Aesop's fairy tales. And if I recall correctly, the story of sour grapes was a very thirsty fox was looking for some food and something to drink when he spotted a bunch of grapes at the top of a tall tree or vine. And this fox, man, he tried and he tried and he tried, and for no luck, he was never able to reach the grapes, and he walks away bitter and sour and says, "Gah, they're probably sour anyway." And that's where we get the expression, "Oh, you're just sour grapes." Like, oh, I don't want to know. It's like a focused camera with an unfocused background. Awesome, right? And that's a brilliant call out too, because it's a very subtle way to have your foreground, middle ground, background, and yet have a flat image. So yeah, I like it too. Even so much as like this little bug on the leaf. Or it might be another flower petal, but it's just really good detail. On a very, very simple Pokemon. Mocha, Kupisa 2, Pumiyama. Momosuke, Sleep and Snorlax. Kirigawa, Mewtwo, which I have to try and find an English Mewtwo for Mr. Zach Plauditz. You mentioned that he was never able to obtain an English Mewtwo from 151. Whisker. So I'll just do this for Mr. Matt Gooch. That Mitsuhiro Rita Squirtle. Which is gorgeous. I do not have the other two, sadly. Whisker, the one responsible for the Persian Enshrouded Fable, is also responsible for the Psyduck from 151. Shout out Ryan Trainer. Got the Dragonair from Rika from 151. And all of these were courtesy of Bro Rips. And I believe these were an awarded box of 151 Japanese from the one and only Old and Gray. Put it up as a donation, sponsored a giveaway, and I was able to get a lot of my chase cards from that set, which is great. Which is great. Wow, we just went through quite a few binders actually looking for Saya Saruda, and you know what? Let's keep looking. I have more cards just sitting right here in a pile. Let's see. These are all energy cards. Alright. Let's look, shall we? Switch. These are all from Scarlet and Violet base. Paldean Evolved. I love the plasma badge in there on a new set. Got the Milo. Never really cared for Milo too much, but Earthen Vessel. Why are these all trainers? Oh, these are from the Brangus mystery packs. That's right. The Pikachu stamp trainer cards. There's a Ryoma Yoratsuka, which also has a hidden Pokeball, but I don't know if that's the same. Switch. Hitoshi Yuriga. Sunosuke Sukuma. Aoka Yoshida, Ken Sugamori, Cheryl. She didn't look like a Cheryl. Come on, Saya Saruda, Saya Saruda, Saya Saruda. These are a lot of trainers. There we go. Megumi Mitsutani, Pokemon and Flowers. Got Briar. Now we're getting into Stellar Crown, Bulk. And the Saki Dynamic. Chimera Shukichi. Aww. Gulpin. Dan Chow, who has slowly started working his way up my favorites list. It hasn't done too many cards, but this is one that stands out to me. Except I can't help but feel like the way his fire is positioned, it looks like this thing is literally running across a mountain and starting a forest fire. I have seen those artworks, and I am stoked to see them in person. Here's a fun fact about those cards, Rafa, is they were actually illustrated by 3 different people. And that's how you gotta do it. if you're going to have 3 different people illustrate it, is it should look like one person did it. But yes, I have seen them, and I know it's in the Mega Brave set, which I know we opened Mega Symphonia, but time is young. We have time. Cyclizar. Well, if this is all Stellar Crown, then I'm just wasting time because we just went through my Stellar Crown binder. So I doubt that I would have them in here if I didn't have them in there. Painful. Just looking like a boss. Looking like a Kung Fu Panda. Anyone see the new I don't want to talk about it, Ryan. I don't want to talk about it. I did see it. In fact, one of my employees brought it to my attention because I've been busy with things, and they were like, "Did you see it?" And I was like, "I didn't." And they showed me, and I said, no, someone's trolling you. And she said, no, it's not. And sure as hell. A couple cool Duskulls, Dusclops, Dusknoir. Love my ghosties. Got the 151 Stafford card. I've been holding on to my signatures so I can put them in the signature binder. It's Tani, Kuma. Kawa, Bunchy Kev, the PokéGhost signature cards. It does look like a giant bag. Like a giant bag of tricks, and I really don't care for it. Have to be up early today, but I woke up out of my sleep, check YouTube, and had to swing by and leave a like lyric. Have a great night, Heavy D. I really appreciate you. Really cool, right? I'm trying to remember exactly where I got that. I think that came from Kitty O'Bean, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, though. Oh, this is Takashi Nakamura. I have to put all those cards away, is what I gotta do. This one too, I think I did do this artist. This is Haru Akasoka, and they only have like 7 cards also, but they all look very much like this one. Yeah. This is definitely going to be a project for my paid time off. I am going to literally go through everything that I have once more. I now have enough binders to make sure everything has a home that needs a home, and a binder that can house everything that doesn't have a home. Trio spiked over 300%. Any which didn't clearly connect, almost overnight. This hobby is starting to bother me. Yeah, that's insane. And not to mention, because I saw like prices dropped drastically on some of this stuff even, and then it slowly started coming back up, and it's so weird to me that one card, especially in like those Chinese gem mint packs, like one card in the entirety of the set is the ultimate chase card. And when we went and saw Vicariously last night, which great stream, Vicariously TCG, should definitely check them out. But he was like, yeah, everything else is kind of just bulk, and it's kind of true. Let's see what this is. I think this is my Dark Phantasma bulk that I never bindered. So this is going to be step 1 when I do, for those that want to know. These are Korean, and for whatever reason, y'all, Korean cards, look at this. Like, these bow so bad just by sitting in a tin. But once they get in the binder, they'll flatten out a little bit more. But this is my favorite artist, Kawaii. I just wanted to drop another one. Was the Pokeball Reverse Hollow, which I didn't know Dark Phantasma did have. Hopefully going to have a decent amount of content after tomorrow. Also, if anyone wants to see my Destined Rivals progress, I finally made a playlist of all of it. Excellent. They're always bowed. Korean, Japanese, I get the same thing. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm fairly certain that Halion said the same thing happened to her English cards in Japan. They do the same thing. As far as I can tell, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. See, got Mitsuhiro Arita, Oswaldo Kedo, got Ligton, Manasaki Dynamic, Mitsuhiro Arita, Kira Igawa, just throwing cards everywhere. Sudowoodo, that's sick. Anything that she touches should be. Did get the Chandelier Gengar. The Playroom Ghastly in the Reverse Hollow. Another sick Ghost. And another. Shout out Adam Jones in the Spiritomb. Tsuki Furusawa. Kato, Akira Igawa, and Ligton. That's such a sick artwork too. In fact, that reminds me. A beautiful Spiritomb, right as I go through, man. If I find another one, I'm fairly certain this was the only one that came in the entire booster box. But I always keep an eye out for Spiritombs for you, Adam, just in case. Find them between the pages of Korean books, and I'm hoping they flatten out. That's a good idea. We did try that book. That was one of my first videos that I did. I got a promo that was insanely bowed, and it was kind of weird. So Dad's like, you should put it in a book or put a book on it. Which, by the way, put a book on it. Don't put it in a book. Because when you put it in a book and you put it in that spine, it's going to take the form of that page, which is what happened to one of my poor Dedenes. So put it under the book, is how I say. Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. If I can help somebody complete collections or finish master sets, or even if it's like Korean, great. I never thought I would own a Korean card. But it would be cool to have it in every language, right? Halion, we were just talking about you. All good things, all good things. But we were talking about how the Korean and Japanese cards always get very, very bowed. These ones actually look pretty good. But the hollows get bowed insanely bad. And I was curious, I think I recall you stating that the same thing happens to your English cards in Japan. Look at that Ghidorah Raichu. That's so sick. But now I'm trying to think of Gosan. Love the water droplets on this. Chimeco. Neokumura. That's how it looked right before the sun went down. The sky looked just like that. CBC, how's it going? It's good to see you, fam. Speaking of Halion... Oh, nope, never mind. Wrong Gligar. Jiro Sasumo. There's Kawaii. And this is Uta. Taira Ikitsu. Oswaldo Kato. English cards. It happens to my Japanese cards if I leave them out when it's humid. Interesting. Well, we're going to change that real soon, Alien, I promise. And I'm sorry to hear about that. I'll have to pack yours up and get it out soon, too. Kawaii. Why is it always Miss Magus? Big Chinese bow, never seen before. Yeah, and that's like the Korean cards. Because my Japanese cards will bow, but like, look at this. Like, this is insane to me. Like, that's an arc. That's not a bow, that's arc. And just my Korean ones bow that bad, and just the reverses too. The hollows will bow too, but look at the regular cards. Perfectly straight. Just get them in a binder and leave them there for like 6 weeks. Yeah. Haven't heard if it's affecting shipping here yet. I'm really hoping not. Heavy book on it. Yep. Heavy book on it. Don't put it in a heavy book. Put a heavy book on it. Because otherwise you'll just bend it the other way. There's Pani Kobayashi. Yeah, I think they're going on the list for sure. Doesn't affect the gray. Excellent. That's what I was curious about. Is if PSA would still put it in a slab and not take that into account. Do they grade Korean? I'm sure they do. Good old Tomokazu Kamiya. I love his people in his cards. They just always look so... Like, it looks like they're attacking a giant sheet ghost back there. Zora by Akira Komayama. This is Sekiro. One of the greatest colored pencils, as far as I can tell, colored pencil artist. Ooh, got the Sisters of Fortune by Shinichiro Gunjima. And I love the detail that he put into each one of their outfits. Even though I know that's how they looked. Very hard for a Korean card to get a good grade with PSA. Really? Any particular reason as to the why? One of my favorite Haunter artworks. Looks like he's just in a Mortal Kombat board, honestly. Ha ha ha, Yukamori. Got the box. This is Toys to Beach. The happy is the little Hisuian Sliggoo. Kuki Satu. Not sure that's what I've heard. Interesting. Korean cards I pulled seem to all have pretty bad centering. Haven't pulled too many though. Have to take a look at some of the bigger cards because I did put a majority of my Korean cards in top loaders if they came from this set. But if I remember correctly, I think we gave a lot of this set away too. A lot of Tomokazu. A lot of Yukamori. And not one Saya Saruda. Shin Nagisawa. Only so much you can do with Krogunk, and really don't like that he doesn't have elbows, so to speak, but I do like the color theory in this card. That Mizu? Yes, yes, you little crab. Your brain is rotting. Got Apom. Kaikuki Satu. It's another Kuki Satu. And one of my favorite Clefairy artworks, because they're dancing in front of the moon. And I feel like every Clefairy artwork should feature the moon in some way. Print lines I can attest to. Texture errors I'm not so sure of, but print lines absolutely. Especially in the reverse hollows, they're just prone. That's not mine. Mitsuhiro, Kira Komayama, and Kodama. Well, definitely need to binder these ones up, because this is actually the set that I opened it, and then I got a little lazy. Look at that Kiramitsu, little Pikachu cutie. I did get a little lazy and kind of put them all. I didn't have a binder ready to go, so I just put them all on a tin, and then I remembered they were there now, so we're going through them. Vigor, Bashibaranguru. That's funny, that would come up again. There's some print lines, yeah. Let's see if we can see any of those said print lines, because this actually looks pretty good. I think these ones are okay. I might have to bust out the top loader stacks, because I know we got the Sleepy Pikachu from the set when we ripped it. We also, I got the Snorlax. I believe we gave that away. Halifax, what's going on, brother? Hope you're doing well. It's good to see you. Certainly miss you. I think I gotta put my parasol lady away. Snipe that on Alex616 Alex stream. Happy almost Friday indeed, man. This week, man, let me tell you, this week. And probably not going too much longer, y'all. I just wanted to pop in, hang out with y'all, have some conversation and whatnot. And we did pull the Gengar from that set. And this was the one truly I was chasing. Off to more meetings. See you later if you're still on. I appreciate you, Halion. I hope you have a good rest of your day and enjoy your meetings. Indeed. This is Akira Komayama. Okay, and then randomly we did pull this one out of Heatwave Arena. I believe that's Korean. Yep. Misty Psyduck. Why he's on the back of the Hydreigon, I don't know. Unless I just never noticed that he was there. I've been doing alright, man. Just kind of adjusting to my new role, so to speak. Getting used to the longer night hours and just the added pressure of everything else. There we go. That's Sushi Furusawa. But how have you been, brother? I think we gotta hook up soon. I'm taking all of next week off. So, pretty well just gonna be hanging around. Alright. Time to flex. Alright, let's flex a little. We can do that. I think we're allowed to do that. Full Art Sylveon, thick on the right, but Evolving Skies. Full Art Celebi from Chilling Rain. And the Milotic from Surging Sparks, which also has to make its way to the binder here soon. Those all came in a gift package from Jay's Corner TCG. Alright. Nakamura Ipan. This small little snow runt. So cute, right? Tazo, and then these last two here in this stack. These two were gifted to me by the one and only Ernie, Mr. Ernest Culling. Sent these through, and a whole bunch more. They are in the stack, or I've separated them into my Pokemon binder. Yeah, I will say that as far as like the amount of packs of Chilling Rain and Evolving Skies that I've opened, it's been very, very few. And so to have some full arts from both of those sets is real special. I did receive these. These were also from Radio. And then Halion also gifted me a Japanese Sinistcha. But yep, sent through the Hisuian Growlithe. And this is Japanese. This is from, I believe, Night Wanderer. This was an interesting story. I was hanging out with Pokégirl Neen, who I haven't been to in so long. And I feel so bad about it too, just my schedule never lines up quite right. But I was in there and I won second place in a duck race, and second place got to open one of her personalized mystery packs, which inside that had one pack of Japanese Dark Abyss, which is Lost Origin, and Fantina was in there. Ghost type trainer waiting for me in that one pack. One pack sniped it. It's one of my favorite stories. This was a good night too when we opened Scarlet and Violet base. And, or I guess this would be Violet base for Japanese. And we pulled the little ghost pup. And then, of course, the Dragazole came from ADL. Emmanuel Moraes, welcome back. Should link up sometime. I'm doing well. Schedule's been crazy. Coming in early, coming in later. Got home at 9 p.m. from work. Hope you conquer everything that has you overwhelmed. I really appreciate you, fam. Thank you for saying that. And I almost didn't come live because, you know, that late night leadership responsibility, so I always have to be available. And then I had a power surge, then my internet tanked, and then I was like, can I even go live tonight? Do I even want to go live tonight? And I wanted to take some time for me. I did. I just decided to do it with all of you because you guys make me feel so much better. There we go. There's Whisker. And right behind the Mewtwo, there's Giovanni's Mewtwo. We did pop Rocket open. You like Miltank? I appreciate that, man, and I love each and every one of you more than y'all will ever know. I think about you guys all the time. Even when I'm working, half the time I'm telling stories about all of y'all. But yeah, y'all really know how to just make me feel better, so I really do appreciate it. This is a gift from one of the greatest people in our community, Mr. Ronald McDonald. We were hanging out in Charmcraft stream, and he opened this, and I was like, that Grafaiai has been a chase for a long time because I like the art Pokemon, and he's always throwing his colored spit everywhere, painting trees. And he said, you know what, he's going to appreciate it a lot more than I will, so gifted to Kev, and that's where that came. Glad you're streaming Night Owl. Taco Bell. Pulled up YouTube, and you're the first thing that popped up on my feed. Excellent. Let's go. Taco Bell sounds fire right now. Got the first edition, Fossil, Ghastly. As you know, I definitely like the artwork. This was done by Mitsuhiro Urita. This was gifted to me by the great JB, JB's Pokestop. First edition Neo Corsola by Yukamori. No, I'm glad you popped in too, man. I'm glad you popped in as well. This was a custom art card that I received from Bro Rips package. This was done by Stormy, beautiful community member. And we are the Shredder Gang. And Love Discs have had their fair share of the Shredder treatment, so. And I appreciate that, Adam. And as much as y'all say that I inspire you, and I'm very, very glad that I do, because you all inspire me. Yeah, you all inspire me. Tuna Factory, sushi platter. Alright, put these away before I get overwhelmed with cards here. And we can pop through Paldea Evolved while we're here, right? Just got my bulk sitting there. Package these up right quick. What's happening with sushi now? Tuna Factory sushi platter? Unless I missed the first part. Right back in here. Oh, the art. I got you. I got you. I got you. And yes, we definitely have a list of cards. And funny story, my first ever Bro Rips interaction with the Shredder Gang. We were doing the Ripsmas last year for Christmas, and there was a video that you had to watch, and there was a keyword in there, and you comment the keyword, and you get put into the random comment picker. And I won, and it was a Sea and Sky box, entire Sea and Sky box of Crown Zenith, and I still have every single one of those cards. But the one thing that we were going through and I didn't realize was his love for shredding cards. That happened to get pulled a lot more times than not. And maybe the Gitas of Obsidian Flames and the Love Discs of Crown Zenith come up a little bit too often. So they do have cards in which they will automatically just kind of move towards the shredder. And they were going through all of these packs, and Gumshoes came out, and bro was like, "Ah, Gumshoes," and everybody's like, "We gotta shred it, we gotta shred it." And I was mortified, right? I had no idea what was going on, and I was like, "I'm sorry. I am so sorry, everybody. I can't allow you to do that. I can't allow you to do that." And they were like, "No, it's totally fine, man. You're still cool. Like, it's fine." I was like, I had no idea. And so they went from that to realizing, as I was doing this video and bindering these cards, that was the only Gumshoes that was in the entire box. And like, had they shredded it, like, it wouldn't be in my master set right now. But yeah, I just really found that I just really found that hilarious. And I think I made a video of that opening, and I told that story. There's a villain card in the EXY set where the form varies based on the language of the card. No, that's insane. In X and Y base set? I'm gonna have to do further research on that. Mason, how's it going? It's good to see you. Yeah, I never knew about it. I think it's base. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a look at that for sure. Absolutely, for sure. I don't know why I messed it up. That's the nervous habit of Kev the PokéGhost, constantly fidgeting. Pop that here, pop this here. Base, yeah, because that's like, what a great idea. And then there's kind of that reason to go and collect it of every language to see the different variants versus just having it the same art in the different language. Instapost on it, there's like 6 or 7 forms based on the language. Alright, I'm all in on that one. Yeah, definitely. Pavilion. Which I always thought was a cool concept for a Pokemon anyway. One with so many different patterns on it. They already did it. You should do this, and they said, we already did. That's super cool. And now I kind of want to see more of the things done like that, because I think that there's a few Pokemon that could use that treatment. Oh yeah, right. That's lucky. Never get that lucky again. Alright. So, what I'm going to do right quick, let me read poem 2. This one I like to read because I get to say a bunch of silly words. But, if anybody has been with us through our reading streams, we did read through Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass and Alice in Wonderland. And there's a character in that story called the Jabberwocky, and there's a very interesting poem about the Jabberwocky, and I love reading it. So, here we go. 'Twas brilling and the slithy troves Did Gyron gibble in the waves? Sorry, let me try again. Did Gyron gimble in the wabe? All mimsy were the borogroves and the mulmraths outgrade. Beware the jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite and claws that catch. Beware the jubjub bird, and shun the fumerous bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand long time, and maxim foes he sought. So rest he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the jabberwock with eyes aflame came whiffling through the trudgy wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumping back. And hast thou slain the jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O Frabishjay, Calloo Calais, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brilling in the slithy toves, did Gyron gimble in the wade. All mimsy were the borogroves and the mulmraths outgrade. Gotta love the Mad Hatter. He recited that poem in the Alice in Wonderland remake of Tim Burton. And it's one of my favorite things that I think I've ever heard read. So, appreciate that. Appreciate you letting me rock that out right quick. As a kid, I could do this now. Not anymore. Oh, yeah? A lot of the like Shel Silverstein poems are like that for me, because I did have quite a few of those good memorized, and now I couldn't even tell you. Maybe The Deadly Eye I could tell you, but that's pretty much it. Stafford, what's going on, brother? Not a whole lot of tonight. Really, it's kind of an off day for me, so I'm just kind of filling the time, hanging out with some of my greatest friends, which are all of you, and probably going to wrap it up here shortly. But what we're doing is we have been on the subtle hunt for the artist known as Saya Saruda, because we realized that Saya Saruda has little Easter eggs in their artwork, and they always hide a little Pokeball in it, and I thought it would be fun to find a couple. Just got home from my boy's 17th birthday. Let's go. Happy born day to him. My son's turning 17 too in October. Did you guys have fun? There's Kawaii. Indubitably. There we go. So my daughter is in October. Hope I was 17. Right. Saya Saruda, we found one. Oh, they could have made it harder, but find the Pokeball. That's so funny. My brother's is the 22nd, Stafford. Mine's the 20th, so I'm 2 days before you. All good, Alice. Glad you showed me that even common card art worth as much love as the art, etc. Realize that my type of collecting is for the art. My collection is slowly growing from Poke to Magic the Gathering. I love that. That little mousehold is like me. No siblings. Look at him. And again, sour grapes. But the hidden Pokeball is right under his ear. Right there. Could have made it a little harder to find, but there's the Pokeball. And I love that, Heavy D. I really appreciate those words, man. And for every art card that you find and like, that's one that PokéGhost Town highly commends you for. Because we always need to slow down. Yep, right under the ear. Alright, let's keep going. Nagimisu, Uta, Takayo, Quaxley. That's Nuki side 2. Kimura, Chibi, Nagimisu, Shinshiro Gunjima, couple Shinshiro. I did notice the Pokeball. At least the other form has siblings, that is true. They do have a 4-person mousehold. I think that's the rarer form. Saraniso. There's Ayakasube. It's a little lighter than I'm used to from him, but still kind of cool. So, Kirakomayama, Shabuza, and a couple of trainers. 3-person is the rare one, thank you. Yeah, I think so. I was gonna say, it's one or the other, like, no kidding. Alright. Sukuma Nagimisu. The same Sayasaruda. There's the Tandem Mouse to go with it. Not done by Sayasaruda. But thought that was kind of cute. Little foraging. Now this beautiful Corvusquire by Sui. Ghidorah, Kuki, Hatoshi, Chibi. There we go. Sayasaruda. Let's find the Pokeball. It can't be that. No. Hoopa. Heavy, I like looking at common cards and making a story. I think that inspired Kevin to talk about the common cards. I always love talking to myself and telling, like, ooh, what's on the other side of that mud kick? Its head, the glare. Ooh. That's probably a good a guess as any, Emmanuel. It might be that, because I've been having trouble finding it. Let me get a good close look up here. But I think you're right. Because my first thought was right here. That kind of looked like the bottom of the ball and the button. But it looks too arbitrary, so first thought was the ground. Yeah. Looking at it from a bigger perspective. But yeah, I think you're right. I think the Pokeball shine on his head. Can see it kind of better now. Yeah, real good. Think about a year or more ago. I've only been around since about October of last year, Alice. But I know that I have definitely fallen asleep in your streams a lot more than others. From back in the day, I just used to lurk around. But y'all inspire me so much. And your artwork inspires me daily, Alice. And I hope you keep going with it. Shin Nagisawa. Gotta do it this way. You. Shibuya. Pen Kobayashi. Sayasaruda. Alright, so we should have started with Paldea Evolved, because apparently they're all over this set. This one's easier than the last one. That's why I said about a year, yeah. Cute little Toddle. Sky. Right top. Right top. Right there. Right on the refrigerator. And that's Chinchiro. I think these are in order, so I'm trying not to throw them out of order. Penny Kobayashi. Scav, Kogamaru, Haru, Yukio Baba. Of course, I probably shouldn't have said anything, because now we probably won't see any more. Kogamaru, Minu. Okay, these are clearly not in order, because there's trainers everywhere. Ryuki, Shabuza, Jerky. Yeah, that's it. That's it for Paldea Evolved, which is another binder I now have, so I can start putting these ones away also. But for those that are looking for, like, if you have a bunch of bulk, like these old school booster bundles, which I am so glad they brought these boxes back. The slim ones were good, but when it comes to like holding cards when you're done opening them, nothing matches these ones. Like having your own little personal deck boxes. Something I have decided to do also is I am probably going to kind of document some of my favorite poetry that I read on stream, and I'm going to probably read it and do it in a video of its own, so that I can kind of have those poetry reads also. And I just want to get really good at it. That's what I want. So yeah, more to come on that. And if anybody has any poetry that they really like from back in the day, or would like me to read any of your poetry, whether it's known or anonymous, I'm always happy and willing to do that. That reminds me, Kev, what your favorite Pokemon? I'm doing little sketches, keep my hands busy. I've done one for Alice, RJ, and one, two for Baby Ice and Stafford. Excellent. My favorite Pokemon is Mimikyu, but you can never go wrong with this guy. Gengar is probably top ghost for me. Yeah, I would say between Gengar and Mimikyu, which is why their tag team cards are such chases of mine. I would love to have them both. Psst. Hey, stop. Got a new poem for you, bro. Excellent. Can't wait to read it, Rafa. I've been a little disconnected from my social medias, like Discord and whatnot. Sometimes you gotta put things on silent because I get distracted easily, and I found myself getting split at work most days, so I put my phone on silent the other day. I can't wait to see him, D. You can put him in the Discord, fam. Well, yeah, it takes a lot out of you, doesn't it? I don't know why you gotta be all anxious. I don't know why you gotta be all anxious. You gotta be all anxious. And stop training. You're fine. You're fine. And then I think I want to write with you guys. So I think we're going to find time, and a stream to sit down and create a kid's book of our own, and we'll kind of have it in a set of a challenge for myself of like, let's pick a topic, let's pick a character, let's pick an adventure. Okay, now let Kev try and rhyme it all and then put it into one story. I'm trying to think of all kinds of different ideas, y'all, because I've just got so many creative outlets and I want to share them with everybody. We'll also get back into the giveaways also. I did want to slow down on those just for now while I take everything that I have around me and get it out to y'all. And of course, you know, as the money comes in, more packages are going out, so we could do that in Discord. And I did want to talk to a few of you as well, because I know that we were kind of talking about podcasting, about movies, and that's something that over these past few days I've been really giving some huge thought to. So, but yeah, we could absolutely do that in the Discord. Yeah, we could do that in Discord, and I will say, and Rafa and I, we talk a little bit on the outside in Discord, and sometimes inspiration just incites itself, and you can be inspired by somebody, and in turn do something that inspires that person who inspires you to do it. And I can tell you that some of the best like little things that I've written or rhymed to have been with that man right there, Raphilosophy. Have a Discord channel with weekly prompt, and people can submit drawings or poems or short stories or snippets on them, and we can read and review it live. Yo, that's a great idea, Emmanuel. I like that. That would be cool, right? Creating, yes, absolutely. And I think we could all make some pretty cool stuff. Whether it be stories, and I've had ideas for like graphic novels and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that this is also a nice little segue too into like as the monetization gets closer, I want to make sure that if you do guys choose to member up, I want to do something extra special with the members, and I think that a lot of that is going to trail into that of hanging out and creating on that deep level. But honestly, even without that, I want to do that with you guys all the time. So inspired by you today, Kev. Really? Well, let's look. I forgot my Discord also shut down with everything else. Ooh, I just got it. I'll have to take a look at it afterwards, Matt. I called you Matt because of Matt Stafford. That's funny. I will check the DMs. Let me see if I can get Discord up quick. Not take too long. And while I'm doing that, is there anybody streaming right now that we could end with and pop into? Because I think that's about all I got tonight, y'all. I'm starting to feel a little droopy-eyed and yawny, and the last thing I want to do is start yawn bombing you. Well, that's taking a second, Stafford, but it's coming up. So many Matts. Broly. Is Broly here? We do these in animation channels, weekly and monthly, prompting people animate based on it. Small 5-10 second clip animation. Interesting. Oh, Broly. Excellent. Yeah, we could raid Broly for sure. It's funny, you know, my mind was going to Jay because I normally always go to Jay. Welcome Mats is the best pun I can come up with. Yo, that's funny. But yeah, we can definitely raid Broly. We were hanging out in Vicarious' stream last night, so yeah, I think that's a good idea. Discord's coming up super slow for me, Stafford, but it's coming. Did you know that? Now you know. That's how old my computer is. It takes so long. Don't dim your light for nobody. Yo, let's go. I really like that for so many reasons. And I for sure am a proprietor of Gengar and Clefable being very closely related in design. So a couple of thoughts on that. So there's theories back in the day that I heard, and I believe this fully, that Venonat and Butterfree were meant to be part of the same evolution line. And there's a big reason for that, and you can see the antenna, the feet, the eyes, the mouth, the fangs, everything matches. And yet the designers are like, no, that was never supposed to be the case. When you only have like 2 or 3 people designing 150 Pokemon, you're gonna find similarities between them. And they kind of had that same argument for Gengar and Clefable. But in my mind, I always thought that Gengar was like Clefable's shadow, and very much like Peter Pan, maybe it got away. Not done yet, but I'm going to put that on binder for you with rigor more. Oh my god. That just blew my mind, Stafford. I can't wait to see that. Dead Clefable is Gengar's theory. That is a good theory too, because technically he's a ghost, right? So if Clefable happens to pass over, he would become a Gengar. Yeah, I think that's a very interesting theory, but as many of these Pokemon historians, which I didn't know was a thing and a career option, but these Pokemon historians are trying to say that it's just going to happen. But I think that things can be intermingled, because if you look at something that like what Caterpie could have became. New cute Mega. Which one? The Frigiback's looking like a Chili Charmeleon. That's true. That is true. He does look like a Chili Charmeleon. And I did hear that they were gonna retype Charmander for ZA. I'm gonna make him a ground type. Victor, yes, we did speak of the new cute. He looks like a bundle from Minecraft. That's what Victory Bell looks like as a Mega. Fukeiko covered in snow looks like a Frigibax. That he does, kinda. I think he's got a bigger mouth, but then again, Charmander has a smaller, spiky back. Fantastic theory, right? And that's the one that I'm sticking with, is being Clefable's shadow, and it got away. The only thing that I can't really attest to is when you see Clefable and they have shadows, and I think that kind of what you're creating there, Stafford, is exactly something that I would always foresee. Kind of like a very noob Cybot moment where Gengar is coming out of Clefable. Very similar to that, like soul ascending type stuff. So I really like that. Charmander and Cubone theory. That is a theory. I'm scared too, Ryan. I think that I think some of these designs were used as a spite technique. Of like, oh, they want Megas? Fine, we'll give them Megas. And I can't think of one Mega when they first came out that I didn't really care for. Like, the Gigantamaxes were probably a little worse designed, in my opinion, than the Mega Pokemon were. Yeah, it is, but almost like the artists were trying to continue to create rock, paper, scissors thing, and it never stopped. Exactly. Like a big bag of potatoes. Man, you guys are funny. You guys are funny. There was another Mega that I just... Oh, the Dragonite. Like, that design even looks a little bit weird. 20 likes. Man, you guys are great. Especially this was just supposed to be a little pop-up, and probably not going to get into too much more. But for those that weren't here at the start, I did pull this out of the storage. So we do have a little Minecraft Lego, little just shy of 400 pieces. This is going to take at minimum an hour, so I'm probably going to hold on to this for Saturday. Dragonite the Hermes. Oh, that's classic. Saturday, you know what? I'm not working Saturday. So I'm probably going to go run it back a little bit, and I'll try and be live before 10 p.m. Eastern time. So I'll try and go live at 9:30. Loving some people have done for the design of their own Megas. If you check out the fan game Pokemon Insurgents, there are some awesome designs like Spiritomb and Zoroark. Interesting. A Mega Spiritomb would be sick as hell. Where's my awesome Pfeffer? There it is. I did see something else pop up in PokéGhost Town, so I'm gonna hop in that server. Picture's so cool. Yo. Heavy D, those are really good. I really like that Ghastly. Yeah, that Ghastly Togepi matchup is incredible. RJ got the Lugia, that's cool. Licky Licky, Nazamaru. Yeah, those are really good, man. I really like those. Very, how you say, Unigaba. Keep streaming for a minute. Okay. What are you looking at? So in my Discord, under the Art Appreciation, Heavy D posted some sketches in there that he's been working on. If you can visit Kitty stream on Saturday night, I can do that. I can do that. D has a channel. D, you have a YouTube channel? Although my favorite from Pokemon Insurgence has to be either the Politoed or the Cacturn. Unigaba. Please make it short. I don't have Discord. Oh. That's right. Unigaba, Heavy D. That's funny. I like that. But yeah, it definitely has those kind of vibes, right? That poor little Togepi. Absolutely, and keep on going, because I mean you can only progress from there. But at the same time, like, keep in mind, like, the Tomokazu Kamiyas of the world. Like, if he did everything the way it's supposed to look, we wouldn't have that very unique shapes that he's able to deliver in some of the greatest card theories that I think we've ever come up with. Right? Well, I go outside and see Cacturn. Broly Poles? Are we getting a Broly raid? Have a great night, Alufax. I appreciate you, fam. And we will definitely hook up. Broly Poles raid, Mr. Skang. What's going on, everybody? Unigaba. That's one of my favorite artists. You can see the art in the beginning, black and white. I love that. Broly Poles raid, Mama KJ. What's going on? Metal, long time no see. It's good to see you. Kelly, Broly raid. Appreciate you guys coming through. How is it going, Broly? How was your stream? We're actually just fixing to come and raid you. So super appreciate the raid, Broly. How was your stream, fam? Here, I'll do this. Let me do this for... I hope y'all believe in ghosts. I got one right in front of you. Talking the fan-made Mega Cacturn from Pokemon Insurgence. Real wild. I gotcha. It's good to see you, okay, yeah. No, it's good to see you, man. Mad Gooch, mama, everybody knows everybody. I love it. Rick VMAX. How's it going, brother? It's really good to see you. Slap that right, Raiders. I appreciate that, Mama KJ. Appreciate that. 25 likes so far. You guys are great. This was a really, really long and off day for me. I almost didn't stream tonight, and then I realized, like, hanging out with all of you was some of the greatest time that I could have today. So I decided to go on for a couple hours, and we've just been hanging out, solving puzzles, talking cards, looking at some of the artwork, and reading some poetry, which I'd be more than happy to do since we have some peeps here. Let's see. All energies matter. Glory! Alright, well, I feel like we have to do something for this raid here. Let me start this. And this is how we'll do that. There are some pretty good ones. Alright, everybody go ahead. Exclamation point Ghost. Get in the giveaway. We'll do one giveaway to end the night. Me and Mr. Rubik's are not friends. Oh, well. Oh. Yep, get in there, exclamation point Ghost, y'all. What we'll do is we'll do a random hit out of the hitbox, which I will absolutely give full want to give full credit to Antalgic for sending through a lot of cards to put in the hitbox. So, Mr. Skang, always good to see you. Broly Poles, much love, Mr. Goes. I appreciate the raid, Broly. How was your stream, fam? Rubik, Sal Phantasma Poke. How many more names Kev have? And why aren't you wearing uniform? Broly Ray, what's up, Jay? How are you doing, bud? It is good to see you. It is good to see you. How was your stream? Saw you guys were streaming a little bit earlier. Jay's Corner, hey. It was fun, good. I'm glad that you had some fun. Not so much fun when I couldn't pull anything. What were you opening? Or is it one of those like, what weren't you opening? Good luck, y'all. I'm calling it a night. Much love, Rose Bowls. Be around, Matt Gooch. Hey, Mom KJ, I appreciate you being here. Popping in for a second. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your night and a pleasant sleep. But fun overall. It's always fun. If you can do that with some peeps, then yeah. It's always good to not pull things with others. Because even if it's not that great, it's still pretty good. What's up, man? Do with eyes closed. I am working on it. In fact, blindfolded Rubik's Cubes are absolutely a thing. In fact, numerous cubes in one sitting is actually a thing. And I've seen somebody do 10 cubes blindfolded just back to back to back. Like, the memory you would have to do that is incredible. Incredible to me. Show them the Gengar, Kevin. Read them the poem. Absolutely. So I did get a art card from Miss Pokeballer Alice in Poke Wonderland. She decided to design me a custom Kev the PokéGhost Storytime Gengar. So this is from Miss Alice. And yes, it is textured like an SIR. It is absolutely textured like that. Alright. Look at this. Alright, yeah, that's pretty cool. Very cool. Very cool. How are you, Mr. Skang? I was just talking about you earlier, fam. All good things, all good things. One of one. Absolutely one of one. And I will say I don't have anything quite like that. I do have art cards, but to have one that was specifically made just for me and the channel, the sentimental value of that card is absolutely off the charts. That should be 2 layers. Like that. Alice art is textured too. I love that fact about her art. Yep, it is absolutely textured too. We were talking about your shorts. Well, not your shorts, but like your shorts feed. But we were going through, and I was just talking to Mishans about you because my most recent art appreciation short did feature an artist by the name of Takeshi Nakamura, and Takeshi Nakamura was most known for doing the Beware from Shrouded Fable, and Mr. Skang did gift this card to me, sent it my way, and it will forever remain one of my favorite cards already. And your shorts. Lori, you're funny. About do the Mimikyu soon send it over. Current project I told you earlier is taking a bit more time, and no rush whatsoever. Super appreciate you. Menacing teddy bear. Jeez, Kyle, the way you play with that Rubik's Cube is similar to how you play with words. Indeed. I got a ferret. I don't got a ferret. You mean the Ren's ferret? From Journey Together? Alright, poem. What better poem can I read? Where are we at? Let's see, got 6 minutes. We'll leave it open another 4 minutes. Get in there, exclamation point, ghost. I'm going to allow you to pick 2 numbers out of the hitbox. Just letting you all know. It can be anything from base set shadowless in that hitbox to ARs to EXs and everything in between. So just wanted to let you know. I've not done shorts for a while, but if you guys have been talking about them today, I'm gonna make a... Yeah, you better make a return, because I was just thinking I haven't seen you in a while. And granted, work's been a little nutty for me too, so I haven't been as invested in the tube as I once was and have been. But while we wait in these last 4 minutes, something else that we like to do here, y'all, is we do read poetry. I don't have the SIR from Surging. No Lorcana in there, but what I can do is I did open a bunch of Mirrorverse, which are Disney, not quite Lorcana. They were based on the mobile app game, the Mirrorverse. I do have those, and I've got more than a few like doubles, so maybe I'll go on there and put some of the Disney cards in there too. Mirrorverse. Alright. And although long, y'all, I do believe that this is there are so many legends in this giveaway right now. It's so good to see you all. I see Sean Bowden in there. What's up, Sean Bowden? It's good to see you. Got 10 people in that giveaway. We'll let it go another 2 minutes. We'll run the giveaway. I'll read the Raven, and then we'll probably pack it up for the night, y'all. This wasn't, I didn't really have much to do tonight, so I wanted to kind of keep it light, keep it fun, leave with a smile, so we're here for you. I appreciate that, man. 2 weeks. Yes. Random. Why can't I choose between Charmander and Butterfree? That is a good question. Is there a, like, what are you choosing? Can we help with that? I can answer that for him, Heavy D. His favorite Pokemon is anything but Blastoise. Oh, your favorite, gotcha. But yeah, I believe Big Man Blastoise is Matt Gooch's favorite. Night, awesome, creative people. It's been my pleasure hanging out with you. Man, it's been absolutely wonderful, Rafa. If you want to hang out for another second here, we're going to run the giveaway. I know you're in it. And we'll close it now. We're close to 10. Who'd you make a short? Big Man Blastoise. Oh, them fine words. Alright, that's 10. Let's close it up. Pick one lucky winner. That lucky winner is Mr. Skang. Couldn't rig it if I tried, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't happy. Alright, so how we do. Now it's going to seem like I planned it. Alright, so here's how we'll do, Mr. Skang. Oh, pull a Pikachu. Is there a Pikachu in here? I don't know if I have a Pikachu in here. I could probably put some Pikachus in here for the future. I can see A-Specs in here, see Vintage in here, there is Shadowless Ponytas in here, I know that. But there are 69 cards in the stack, Mr. Skang. So, give me two numbers, 1 to 69. Six and 9. Okay, I told him pick two numbers, 6 and 9, and he put 6 and 9. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Counts for a few minutes. Oh, too late. You already said 6 and 9. Well, we got two Mimikyu back cards, which is not a bad thing. We got Toedscruel from Paradox, and Pokeball Lickitung from Japanese 151 by Saya Saruda. How weird is that, y'all? We pulled the artist that's been the main theme of the night. Nice. Absolutely. One with a long tongue, the other with a long snout. Awesome. And congratulations, Mr. Skang. I did make a small announcement. Now we're going to hook Mr. Skang up with one of these right now, which all winners, which means I'm going to have to get very draw-y soon. But every winner kind of walks away with a Kev the PokéGhost standard energy. So, you'll get one of those, Mr. Skang. I'm going to give you the electric for Pikachu. I'll take a look at it, Mr. Skang, and absolutely, if there's shipping, I'll work with you on it. You did, Emmanuel. I have them all in your guys' bags. Yes, everyone's getting one of these. Congratulations, Mr. Skang. Come on, just work for one more signature. Thank you. And that was kind of fortuitous as well, because I definitely have more than just this for you, Mr. Skang, so. Yes, you did, Alice. I don't have a surplus of fairy energies that I thought I did. But for the record, I did look to see if I did have fairy energy, but you'll definitely get the darkness. Appreciate you, Mr. Skang. I'll add that to the little stack, because for whatever reason, weird, I know, but I can't not think of you when I see Pikachu. And so anytime I see a Pikachu card from a set, then I'm like, you know what? I don't know if he's got this one, so I've just been throwing Pikas aside for you. Not a whole lot, but have been. I drew on Vintage Energy for Alice. Ooh. Well, I will ask you, Stafford, that if Lori ever wins on your chat, don't do that. Marble. Branding Snorlax TCG. Late raid, no worries at all. I think the giveaways are all done for the night, but it's always good to see you, Marble. I almost cried. Lori collects all energies. Yes, all energies matter is what AEM stands for. I would cherish it regard. I know you would, as like Halion signed a vintage energy for you, didn't she? Snorlax TCG, I like that. I like that. Well, what we will go ahead and do right quick. I want to read The Raven, since I have quite the audience here, and for those that don't know, I do like to read poetry. Welcome in, everybody. If you don't know, I'm Kev the PokéGhost, and I like to slow down and appreciate the artwork a little bit. It could very well be the smallest, commonest card ever. We're going to stop and appreciate the art. And I really appreciate you guys being here and joining me for that. Put these hit cards away. But from time to time, sometimes you just got to do what you love, and writing poetry, reading poetry, stories, books, something that I'm very passionate about. And the one thing that I will say is if you do like books and listening to stories, you can join us on Mondays. And Monday night we do stream, and we read books. So we are finishing, we're going through the Wizard of Oz series right now. We just finished the third book. I have this weird feeling that they're about to get a little bit darker as things grow up. But yeah, we would love to see you come in and join on Monday. But what I'm going to do, let me pause the music here, and I'm going to read something that I do quite often, but this has been stuck in my head all day, and I wanted to read it to all of y'all. This is The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, and while I nodded nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as if someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. "Only this and nothing more." Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, this it is and nothing more." Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you." Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore?" This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore?" Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind, and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter, when, with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven, of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with mien or lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Thou, thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly grim and ancient raven wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though this answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon a sculpted bust above his chamber door with such a name as nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if in his soul that one word he did outpour. Nothing further then he uttered, and not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than mothered. Other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirge of his hope and melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy onto fancy thinking, what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking, nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloated o'er she shall press, nevermore. Then, methought, the air grew denser, perfumed by some unseen censer, swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent thee, respite and nepenthe, from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff this kind nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempest sent, or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me, truly I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if, within the distant Aden, it shall clasp a saint and maiden whom the angels named Lenore, clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels named Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore, leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken, quit the bust above my door, take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting On the pallid bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. Pretty good. It's one of my favorite stories ever of some guy by himself. In the evening, I appreciate that, Matt, truly. Well, I hope that was fun for all of you. Still 19 of you in here. Once again, want to give a huge shout out for the Broly raid. Lots of legends showing up in the chat. Mr. Skang included, coming in, pulling a win here for, I believe, the first time on my channel. Mr. Skang winning. Snaps fingers. I appreciate that, Heavy D. Emmanuel, appreciate that, man. Yeah, it definitely has a nice little flow for it. Nice little flow for it. Nice iambic pentameter. Short from the art, please. Well, you want me to send everybody to a short? I don't have anything else to give away for comment raids or anything like that, Alice. But I've got no problem promoting Heavy D. You can drop his short in here. Unless Heavy D does not want that, then we won't do that. Let me mesmerize you. You want it. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This will be the end of stream. We'll go ahead and head on over to Heavy D short and show some love. Really appreciate you guys being here with me and just hanging out on this weird day. Definitely going to be getting some sleep here soon. I'm going to eat a little something. But thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you, Broly, for the raids. Jay's Corner showed up as well. Mr. Skang in the chat, as always. It's always good to see you, fam. As well as all of you, Ghost fam. Remember to always go out and get everything that you want to get. And please don't let anything stop you. But it takes $0 to be a good person. So always do it through peace, love, and Pokemon. Really appreciate you all. And thank you so much for believing in ghosts. Absolutely. Absolutely, Heavy D. You're definitely deserving of it, and I will go and take a look at that short as well. There's only one way we grow, and that is together. Much love, y'all. Be safe.